All right, let's talk about the history of AI. A lot of us kind of picture this perfectly straight line, right? Starting with some clunky old machines and just marching steadily upward to the super advanced intelligence we see today. Well, we're going to shatter that illusion right now, because the reality, it's completely different. The true story is packed with sudden breakthroughs, absolute dead ends, old ideas getting recycled decades later, and these crazy cycles where massive expectations just totally crashed into the reality of what the tech could actually do. It's a wildly fascinating journey, and we're about to unpack exactly how it all went down. To do this, we're diving into a really brilliant framework from Data Zcience Bytes. The goal for this explainer is simple, but honestly, it's pretty powerful. We want to build a practical mental model for you to understand AI's history. By the end of this, you won't just have a boring list of dates in your head. You'll have a clear, structured way to evaluate where AI has been, what it actually is today, and where it might genuinely be heading next. So, here's the essential question we really need to answer. How did artificial intelligence actually develop into today's massive collection of methods, algorithms, and systems? Because, spoiler alert, it wasn't magic, and it definitely didn't happen overnight. It was a rigorous, often super messy process of trial and error, driven by some very real-world constraints. At its core, the history of AI isn't really about building cooler robots. It's actually the history of how our approach changed across four key areas. Number one, how we represent knowledge. Number two, how we teach machines to learn from experience. Three, how we search through just endless possibilities. And finally, how we turn cold computation into goal-directed behavior based on inputs and outputs. Keep these four pillars in mind: knowledge, experience, search, and behavior, because they're literally the foundation of everything we're about to explore. All right, let's grab our first major piece of vocabulary: symbolic AI. Back in the early days, the dominant approach was basically handing computers explicit symbols and very strict logical rules to manipulate those symbols to search for answers. Think of it kind of like teaching a machine to play chess, right? You give it a massive rule book of every possible legal move, and you just ask it to search for the best one. And building right off of that symbolic AI idea, we get what are called expert systems. Imagine you wanted a computer to diagnose a disease back in the 1980s. You couldn't just feed it a million medical records like we do today. Instead, human programmers literally had to sit down with human doctors, extract all their specialized domain knowledge, and hand-code thousands of if-then rules right into the software. The machine then applied this encoded knowledge directly. And honestly, it was brilliant for its time, but as you can imagine, it was incredibly painful to scale. So what happens when those hand-coded systems hit a wall? Well, we hit the AI winter, and this is a crucial concept. Progress in this field was rarely a steady climb. Whenever the massive technological promises of researchers ended up vastly outpacing the actual deliverable results, confidence just crashed. Funding dried up almost overnight, and the industry entered a long freezing period of skepticism before the next big breakthrough could thaw things out. Now contrast that historical struggle with where we are right now, the era of the foundation model. Instead of these narrow, hand-coded rules for one specific task, a foundation model is massively trained on broad, generalized data. It builds a structural understanding of language or imagery, which can then be adapted to a huge variety of different tasks. This is the core vocabulary of the modern multimodal era we're living in today. So how does this all map out? We can basically chart this history through four overlapping eras: foundations, symbolic AI, statistical machine learning, and our current era of foundation models. And moving from one to the next wasn't magic. It was constantly driven by four heavy pressures: data availability, hardware power, funding, and human expectations. Let's walk through this evolution. First up, the early foundations. The absolute pivotal moment here was the 1956 Dartmouth proposal. This was the spark that formally established artificial intelligence as a distinct, legitimate research field. The earliest work here wasn't about flashy sci-fi stuff. It was purely about formalizing the math behind computation and search, and just trying to define what it might even mean for a machine to exhibit intelligence. Then comes the great shift. After the expert systems of the symbolic era hit that wall we talked about, the field pivoted towards statistical machine learning. So instead of painstakingly hand-coding those if-then rules, systems were now designed to absorb data and learn patterns statistically. But, and this is a big but, human influence didn't just disappear. Human assumptions, measurement choices, and errors still enter up multiple stages here. What data you choose, how you label it, how the algorithm weighs it, all of that matters immensely. And that brings us to the modern breakthrough: deep learning, transformers, and massive compute.
By combining totally new neural network architectures, specifically transformers, with just an unprecedented scale of internet data and insanely powerful hardware, modern generative AI was born. It was the exact moment where data and computing power finally caught up to decades-old ambitions.
To really ground this in reality, let's look at a concrete timeline. 1956, the Dartmouth proposal sets the stage. The 1970s bring us early symbolic programs. The 1980s bring that huge boom of expert systems, followed almost immediately by the bust of the AI winter. The 2010s trigger a deep learning resurgence. And the 2020s? Boom, the era of transformer-based models. It really is a striking picture of decades of uneven, cyclical progress.
But here's something I find incredibly fascinating. As we trace this timeline, watch how the dominant resources completely change. We go from relying on logic rules to human expert knowledge to heavily labeled data sets, and now to large-scale unsupervised pre-training. But look under the hood. A lot of today's new systems are actually just brilliant recombinations of much older ideas, finally running under better data and computing conditions. The core concepts aren't entirely new, the fuel powering them is. So the crucial question is, how do you actually use this historical knowledge right now? Well, as a practitioner, or even just an informed user, you need a practical decision rule. You absolutely must match your method to the question. Don't just grab the newest, most hyped foundation model just because it's getting a lot of buzz. You have to evaluate three things: the specific real-world question being asked, the actual data you have available, and critically, the cost of an error. Listen, if the cost of making a mistake is super high, an older, more transparent statistical model might actually be way better for you than a modern generative one. And that brings us to a massive misconception we need to clear up right now. People constantly think AI progressed continuously, and that modern generative techniques just came in and completely replaced everything that came before them. That is totally false. The much more accurate view is that AI advances accumulate unevenly. Today, symbolic rules, statistical learning, neural networks, and hybrid approaches all operate side by side. The old tech didn't die, it just became part of a much larger combined toolbox.
Now, to be totally fair, we do have to acknowledge a limitation of our own mental model here. Using these neat historical labels like symbolic era or AI winter drastically simplifies a super diverse, highly complex global field. These labels can sometimes overemphasize a few famous systems or big institutions, completely leaving out a lot of parallel research that was happening at the same time. We use these labels because they're super helpful for understanding the broad strokes, but you should always apply them with careful human judgment. All right, let's lock this all in with a quick recap. What is the history of AI? It's a series of overlapping eras, shaped heavily by data, hardware, funding, and expectations. How did it unfold? By moving from theoretical foundations, through symbolic rules and statistical ML, all the way to foundation models. And when does this actually matter? You use this history to understand why current capabilities exist, why older systems remain incredibly useful, and why you should always exercise extreme caution around wild predictions about AI's future. And there you have it, the essential breakdown of how artificial intelligence evolved into the systems we're interacting with every single day. This history isn't just fun trivia. It's literally the lens through which we evaluate what these systems can actually do and where they fall short. Data Science Bytes, complex ideas made clear. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Now, looking at the tools you use today, I want you to think, which historical era do you think is actually doing the heavy lifting? Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.